Evgeni Plushenko sailed through the Grand Prix series. So far, he's sailed through the Grand Prix final, and he's leading a Russian charge here.
Well, you know, the whole men's event is like the city of St. Petersburg. I mean, classical architecture, subdued buildings, and all of that. But then we're standing in front of a building of just frenzied fantasy. Onion domes, asymmetrical design, it's incredible. Well, the men's event is like that. Evgeni Plushenko is the standout here. I mean, he's simply extraordinary. Now, what he does is he supports the architecture of his skating with wonderful triple jumps and dazzling quadruples, but then he colors the whole thing with layers of twisted arm movements and very flashy decky splash and deck and all kinds of wonderful sense of humor. He's what makes this whole event come alive. What an exciting moment. I can't wait to see what he's going to do next.
And it is a Russian charge as we check the current standings. After two phases of the competition, Evgeni Plushenko has the lead. Ilia Klimkin, who barely made it to the final, is in second, and Alexander Abt, the current Russian champion, is in third.
And across town inside the arena known as the Ice Palace, the men's championship just moments away from their final free skate here at the Joubert ISU Grand Prix Series of Figure Skating Final. And there's no question about it. The headliner here, he is a skating icon now. One of the top athletes in Russia, Evgeni Plushenko, ranked #1 in the world in the latest ISU World Rankings. And a pretty good history in this event. 2 gold medals already for Plushenko, a silver and a bronze. And this is his 6th trip to the final. Dick, what about one of the surprises this year? The 18-year-old from France who has just burst onto the scene, Brian Joubert.
Well, he's a very solid skater, and that's the nice thing to see him. There's not a lot of excess movement about him, but he has wonderful athletic moves. His jumps are good. He has yet to prove himself as to whether or not he can really complete a series of competitions without mistakes. But I think he's a very impressive young skater.
As always, a very important part of the competition here and the makeup of this panel, 10 judges who will be working in St. Petersburg. The ISU international system is in play. That means that they are anonymous and only 7 of their marks actually count. We don't know which ones do count, nor do they. So here we go. The first skater to take the ice is from China, 23-year-old Chengjiang Li, who is from Chengchun, China, and is currently in 5th place after 2 phases of the competition. 4-time Chinese national champ.
You see a musical quality and awareness of the choreography. And this move, his first quad, if he does it, well, I mean, that's a start for you.
Chengjiang Li rode the strength of 2 medals in the Grand Prix Series. He actually won 3, but 1 didn't count. It was a non-scoring event to make it to the final for the first time in his career.
Now, if he's going to do it, and he didn't, that would have been his 2nd quad jump, a stall cow. Triple axel. Wow, look at the depth of that landing. Did you see how he forced on it up? Oh, that's really a very secure and steady landing, but a difficult one.
We've talked about it throughout the season and the last couple of seasons, but Chinese skaters are really making an impact on the world stage in a very short time.
have a very low landing edge. It always amazes me when somebody can sink that low in the landing edge and still pull it off. Triple Salchow. This is very serious music, very serious skating we're seeing. I think he takes it in that vein. Series of steps, a serpentine footwork combination, quite different from the rest of the Western world skating design, skating choreography. Well, that was certainly a very controlled and conservative program.
Solid way to get the men's championship here in St. Petersburg underway. Chengjiang Li of China will check his marks in a moment. And then it's Brian Joubert who will take the ice. The Frenchman who started skating at a very tender age. At the age of 5, he was on the ice. That's not that long ago. He's only 18 now, and he's got a chance to medal here at the Grand Prix Final. Joubert takes the ice when we come back. Meanwhile, the men's championship continues here in St. Petersburg at the Ole ISU Grand Prix Series of Figure Skating Final. And taking the ice right now, one of the surprises, the shocks of the early season, 18-year-old Brian Joubert from France came out of nowhere to win Skate America.
If he's going to stand up to the quality of skaters like Chengjiang Li, he's got to complete this quadruple. Oh, and a very nice, clean outflowing edge. Did you notice how that circle just flowed right out? Not an ounce of a bounce of change of edge in it.
Since that win in the first Grand Prix event, fell apart at Trophy La Ligue where he came in 5th, but he made it here.
Triple axel. Oh, a very skiddy takeoff edge. And I think that may have been the cause for why there was a double free turn at the end. He doesn't step up into that as well. Of course, that's much harder to do than a backward jump. And he tried another quadruple toe. This one he did not make. Triple loop.
In 1 year, Brian Joubert went from 14th at the French Nationals to 14th at the Olympics. Quite a move. Chengjiang Li, by the way, received marks in the 5.5 to 5.7 range for technical merit, 5.2 to 5.6 for presentation. His numbers are the ones that set the standard right now.
Triple axel combination. Triple axel double toe loop. This is one of his great talents. He's a good, solid spinner. Straight line footwork. Not as inventive as it could be, but he certainly is a clean skater. A triple lesson. Look at how he curves back into the right edge and then turns into the circle to the right and then to the left from where we were watching it. Really an unfortunate move. These are moves in the field. One of them is spiral. This spread eagle first. Moves in the field made up of spirals and spread eagles. To me, he's a very interesting skater. He's solid. He's straightforward. There is no folderol about his moves. He just doesn't have any excessive moves, and I like that. Unfortunately, he just didn't seem to hold it all together. It kind of drizzled off at the end. His spins weren't as good. But I think he's an impressive skater.
The reigning French national champion, Brian Joubert.
Now, you know he has the athletic ability when you look at this quadruple toe that he did right at the start of the program. Watch the back outside edge, the turn, the tightness of the legs, the perfect, and that clean outside edge. Very good. I mean, that was dazzling. But then later on, he did a triple lutz. Watch here how he goes first in the right there and then turns around, but doesn't get himself back into the lean that he should have been in. And there was the problem.
So now the mark says Brian Joubert sits in the kiss and cry area. The first set is for technical merit. And there it is, Dick, 5.4 to 5.6.
And I don't think that's quite as high as Chengjiang had. There weren't as many. One had 3 quads and the other had far more triples, but only 1 quad.
The presentation, 5.5 to 5.7. Not a very wide range there. 5 of the 7 judges putting Brian Joubert into first place, and he has the lead over Chengjiang Li. When we come back, the newly crowned Russian national champion takes the ice. 26-year-old Alexander Abt in third place, heading to the final free skate. He's next. Back at the 8th edition of the OA ISU Grand Prix Series of Figure Skating Final here in St. Petersburg, Russia, and one of the home skaters on the ice from Moscow, not St. Petersburg, but he is Russian, and he's the Russian champ, Alexander Abt, who is in third place heading into the final free skate. has not skated up to his level so far in the final. However, he's coming off of a very serious ankle injury. He tore ligaments in his right ankle, and he's just now trying to come back from that.
But look at this posing of this pitches, the edges, and into this quadruple. It's quadruple, but it was double-footed, and but at least it stood up on it. He didn't flop on it.
But Dickey's talked about it. It's been extremely hard for him not to two-foot his landings because that's the landing leg that is injured.
I recognize that. It's still the nature of what they do. Here's another one. Triple axel, rather, again a two-footer. Triple axel. The elegance of this, though, there's just a very nice quality of settling down on these positions. I mean, his skating for me floats. It almost glides with great smoothness. How he takes the time on these edges. Again, almost a slight double footing.
Alexander Abt is married and has a son who is almost 3 years of age and trains in Montclair, New Jersey. And he, maybe even more than the other skaters, going to find it awfully tough to go through this entire 4.5 minutes because of that injury. Remember, this is the third program in the second free skate that they've had to do in 2 days.
And watch this. Flying camel, jump over, pop over.
Well, Dickey fought through it.
You know something? I really like his skating. There's just a wonderful glide to it, a wonderful softness of edges and knees. It's the kind of skating you don't see very often. It's the kind you used to see in the 1930s and 40s, and it's just something I've missed. I like it. I like it.
Well, the Russian charge to the podium has begun. Alexander Abt, the first of three. Klimkin still to come, and then Plющенko searching for the gold and trying to sweep.
Now, look at the glide here and the position. I mean, that's really spectacular as he goes into this quadruple toe loop. And look at the force that this takes from the toe pick here to the 4 revolutions, double foots the landing. A very, very difficult jump.
Let's see what the judges do now. Oh, my God. 4.7.
Wow, that, I guess they're just adding up triples and quadruples, and that's why we're getting a 4.7 there.
Up to 5.6, but that is extremely low. Now presentation 5.3 to 5.8.
Well, I would accept the 5.8 because I think the glide is so good.
There are the judges' placements. A lot of 3s up there, a 2, a couple of 1s, and Alexander Abt into second place overall, right behind Brian Joubert. Coming up next, the Russian barrage continues. It's Ilia Klimkin, the 22-year-old from Moscow. Full skate, he's got a chance to win the gold medal. They'll take the ice right after this message and a word from our ABC station. You're watching ABC Sports Championship Television. Fans still trying to accept what they just saw from the judges after Alexander Abt skated. Might not be a Russian sweep here. He's behind Brian Joubert, but here is another one of the top skaters from this country, the 22-year-old from Moscow, Ilia Klimkin, in second place after 2 phases.
Triple axel. Triple combination.
This is Klimkin's second trip to the Grand Prix Final. He made it here in 2000, where he came in 4th.
Oh, look at him slip off that edge. Wow. He's an unusual skater. He has different moves, a different concept. You can see it already in the choreography that he's selected here. A triple toe loop. Camel to the right. Now watch him step and a camel to the left. We don't see spins in both directions very often. Oh, and he pulls right up out of that into his triple salchow. Oh, wonderful way to get into a jump. I told you he was unusual and different.
Russian men have dominated this final. It has taken place 7 times. They have won 6 gold medals. The only time a Russian man hasn't won the title was back in '97 when Elvis Stoico won it.
Wow, there were a lot of curves in and out of that. A cantilevered spread eagle straight out of the variety ice shows of the past, the ice capades, the ice volleys. Very sloppy double loop coming out. Could have been a triple, but it wasn't. line steps. Unfortunately, while they were good musically, there was a certain amount of similarity between all the steps, not a variety. A double flip, not a triple. Not a great deal of speed. Triple flip jump. Well, that was a program that really drizzled off at the end. That last spin was atrocious. I mean, some of the moves, I get what he's trying to do, but sometimes they work and sometimes they don't.
Brian Joubert has the lead right now over Alexander Abt. We'll see what the judges do in just a moment with Ilia Klimkin.
Look at this combination. A triple axel, triple toe, and watch how he steps into it. It's rather done with a very gentle kind of approach. There's not a real attack to it like we have seen so many times in Plushenko, but very nicely done. And then this triple Lutz. Again, we see him stepping into this toe picking and going up. It's okay. It's a nice jump.
This should be interesting now. The first set, the technical merit, 5-2 to 5-7. Wide range.
Well, 5-2 to 5-7, you see up there? Wow. Oh, that's one of the huge marks. Absolutely. Well, really, you know, okay, but not great.
Second set presentation, 5-5 up to 5.8. Again, the judges not in agreement here. They're all over the map, but it's enough for Ilia Klimkin to take the lead over Joubert. Coming up next, the final skater for the men, and it's Evgeni Plushenko. There can't be anything better than skating for a gold medal right in your hometown. And earlier this week, he offered us a chance to spend a day with him out and about in St. Petersburg.
Потому что я не хочу как бы жить именно только фигурным катанием, именно одной жизнью, но есть еще и другая жизнь. Hello, I'm Evgeni Plushenko. Welcome to my farm. Хотел welcome to my house сказать. I like drive. I like drive fast. Real fast. Да, я это часто делаю, особенно когда плохие тренировки бывают. Помогает, безусловно, играть в теннис для фигурного катания, потому что здесь особенно приближено на земле, когда играешь, либо на траве. Вы считаете, что у меня получается вообще в теннис играть?
Ну да.
Ну так, плохо, да?
Ну так.
Так.
That's my girlfriend, her name Uliana, and we are together like almost 2 years. So, and we're happy.
И часто бывают поездки, часто соревнования. Вот. И вообще бывать люблю с родителями, бывать с собакой гулять. И играть в теннис. И быть просто с друзьями. Go, say goodbye. Go, go, go. Go. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
It's a Russian at the top, Ilia Klimkin. Then Brian Joubert from France and another Russian, Alexander Abt. But it comes down to this man right now. He's got success, fame, fortune, even a Russian supermodel for a girlfriend. Evgeni Plushenko's got it going on right now. And he has the lead after 2 phases of the competition. And he has just sailed to this point.
Look at how much time he's taking getting into the start position. quadruple toe. Triple toe, triple loop. Oh, that was a very nice combo. I don't think he needs to do much else for the rest of the program, and they'll give him top marks. Another quad planned. No, triple axel. I think he's playing it safe there, and very intelligently so.
This program set to St. Petersburg 300, a tribute to the 300th anniversary of Peter the Great city. And Evgeni came to this city when he was only 11 years old, from nearly 1,000 miles away from his original hometown of Volgograd, by himself to train with Alexei Mishin.
Triple toe loop. The technical merit in this program is superior. This straight line footwork. Good attack, good conviction. Whoa!
They were out of their seats before the program ended. His girlfriend, Ilia, standing and cheering. His coach, with whom he is so close, Alexei Mishin, has been a supporter for so long, and Evgeni Plushenko absolutely on top of his game right now.
This was a superb evening. He just has such conviction, such attack. He's a young man who just has the world in his fingertips. And what a nice thing. Look at the way he's just listening to this and playing it. I mean, he's terrific. He's got star quality.
How good must this be to do this in the city where you live?
Now look at this opening quadruple toe right here. Watch the quality of it. The straight edge, the straight line. Now watch him step into a triple toe loop and then a triple loop rising right up out of the edge. That is tough. Now look at this straight line footwork. The tap dancing quality, the wonderful turns to it right there to the beat of the music. If this isn't that kind of wonderful Baroque asymmetrical architecture that we see in Russia, I'd like to know what is. I mean, really, the strength and power, superb.
Now, do we actually have to go through the formality of marks? Well, here's the first set. 5-8, and the rest 5-9.
Well, you know, highly deserved marks. They were just brilliant skating.
Presentation marks, look at that 6.0s, the rest 5.9.
Oh, you know, he's had a lot of problems. It's so wonderful to see him pull this off so brilliantly and so well. I mean, you really have to be very proud of him for it.
In his 6th trip to the Grand Prix Final, Evgeni Plushenko wins his 3rd gold medal, and this time it wasn't even close. And one of the great performances we've ever seen from him, and certainly that we've seen in a long time.
Absolute. Just really, really magnificent.
Plushenko wins the gold medal. Right behind him, Ilia Klimkin. He captures the silver medal, and Brian Joubert, he breaks up the party here in Russia. The Frenchman wins the bronze ahead of Alexander Abt. And for Plushenko, he now has more medals in the Grand Prix Final than any other skater for the men. 3 gold, a silver medal, and a bronze for Evgeni Plushenko. And right now, he's standing by with Peter Carruthers.
Evgeni Plushenko, how satisfying is it to skate like that in your hometown?
Well, first, I am so happy because I did clean program. Second, I did again combination, quad, triple, so I'm so happy again skate here at home in Russia, St. Petersburg. I like skate here, and thank you, everybody.
6 perfect scores. Can you get any better than this?
No, I think that's first time when I get 6 points, like 6 times.
Well, looking forward to the World Championships. What are your thoughts now?
Well, we have 2 weeks for the World Championships. I want to practice again hard, and I want to try again this combination and maybe next quad.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Terry Gannon, he really lights it up here in St. Petersburg.